Hello and welcome to VNA News Bulletin. Coming up next, we have your top stories. President Jinping holds talks with China's top leader. President of Italy Sergio Mattarella pays official visit to Vietnam. Vietnamese leaders meet Japanese defense minister. We will begin our bulletin with continued coverage of the top Chinese leaders' visit. On November 6, State President Jinping held talks with Chinese Party General Secretary and State President Xi Jinping at the Presidential Palace in Hanoi. At the meeting, President Tsang expressed his belief that the Chinese leaders' visit will make significant contributions to fostering relations between the two parties and the two countries. The Vietnamese leader said the two countries should enhance political mutual trust, step up their cooperation, and satisfactorily handle existing issues. He also suggested both sides, through negotiations, resolve disagreements in a proper manner, not making situation more complicated or broadening tensions. The Vietnamese president also urged both sides to further push up bilateral cooperation in areas of economy, trade, and investment. He said the two countries need to set forth effective measures to incline towards the balance of bilateral trade. For his part, Mr. Xi said his country attaches importance to its friendship and traditional ties with Vietnam. He noted that maintaining the China-Vietnam relations in a stable and sound manner and enhancing exchanges between the two parties, states, and peoples are important factors to the development of each country, matching expectations of the two peoples and contributing to peace, stability, and development in the region and the world. Mentioning sea issues, he said the two sides need to control disagreements through consultations to maintain peace and stability at sea. The same day, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng met with the top Chinese leader.
At the meeting, Chairman Hùng affirmed that the Vietnamese Party, State and National Assembly always place importance on maintaining and promoting the friendship and solidarity relation between the two countries, which have been nurtured by generations of leaders. Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping said the Chinese Party and State always treasure and support the exchanges and cooperation between the Chinese and Vietnamese legislators, as well as people-to-people exchanges, saying this is a key factor in the bilateral comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership.
Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping delivered a speech at the 10th session of the National Assembly on November 6.
In his speech, the Chinese leader expressed his honor and pleasure to make a speech at the National Assembly. He also hailed the achievements that the Vietnamese people have reaped during the renewal process. Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping affirmed that China will join hands with Vietnam to continue maintaining the traditional friendship between the two countries, consult with each other in a bid to facilitate the prosperity and happiness of the two peoples. On behalf of the legislature, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng thanked the Chinese leader for his speech. The National Assembly Chairman also expressed his belief that orientations in the bilateral relationship between the two countries will be strictly implemented. The two sides will continue constraining the differences and overcome obstacles to develop bilateral ties in a healthy and steady manner for mutual benefits, regional peace and prosperity.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng and Chinese Party General Secretary and State President Xi Jinping met with about 400 Vietnamese and Chinese youngsters attending the 16th Vietnam-China Youth Friendship Meeting in Hanoi as part of the Chinese leader's visit to Vietnam.
Addressing the event, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng expressed his hope that the young generation of the two countries deeply understand the ties, treasuring and promoting the value of the Vietnam-China friendly neighborliness to pass on from generation to generation. Meanwhile, the Chinese leader expressed his wish that the young generation of both countries will act as the heirs of the China-Vietnam friendship, optimizing their brain power and creativity for the everlasting relationship of the two nations. Also on November 6, Xi led a with and paid tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at the late leader's mausoleum in Hanoi.
Vietnam and China issued a joint statement during the state visit to Vietnam by Chinese Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping. The two sides agreed that the visit was a success, contributing greatly to cementing the traditional friendship, deepening the Vietnam-China Comprehensive Strategic Cooperative Partnership, and promoting peace, stability, and development in the region and the world. The two sides shared the view that maintaining regular high-level contacts between the two parties and states is important to strengthen political trust and develop bilateral relations. The two sides candidly discussed the sea issue, stressing the strict adherence to important common perceptions reached between senior leaders of the two parties and states, the full implementation of the Vietnam-China Agreement on principles guiding the settlement of sea issues. The two sides announced they would launch joint field surveys in the area of the mouth of the Tonkin Gulf in mid-December. The two sides consented to jointly control disputes at sea, fully and effectively implement the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the East Sea, push for the early conclusion of the Code of Conduct in the East Sea on the basis of consultations, and avoid actions that would further complicate the situation and expand dispute, while swiftly, properly dealing with arising issues for the sake of peace and stability in the East Sea and Vietnam-China relations. Party General Secretary and President of China Xi Jinping left Hanoi on November 6, concluding the state visit to Vietnam at the invitation of Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng and President Trương Tấn Sang. President of Italy Sergio Mattarella is on his 4-day visit to Vietnam at the invitation of President Trương Tấn Sang. This is the first visit to Vietnam by an Italian president since the two countries established diplomatic ties in 1973. The visit aims to boost the Italy-Vietnam strategic partnership across politics, foreign affairs, economics, security defense, culture, education, science, technology, and tourism. It is also expected to open more doors for Italian investment to Vietnam and enhance bilateral cooperation between the two sides at multilateral forums and international organizations. Following the welcome ceremony in Hanoi on November 6, President Trương Tấn Sang and President of Italy Sergio Mattarella held talks. The two leaders spoke highly of cooperation between Vietnam and Italy at multilateral forums, which they said have helped the two countries to improve position in the international arena, particularly in addressing global challenges such as climate change, food security, and maritime security. The two leaders agreed upon measures to strengthen cooperation in the future, including focusing on promoting cooperation at the governmental and local levels, effectively deploying a plan of action for the 2015 to 2016 period. President Sang proposed, Italian counterpart agreed that he will urge the Italian Parliament to ratify the Agreement on Comprehensive Partnership and Cooperation between Vietnam and the EU, which was signed in 2012. Regarding regional issues, the two presidents exchanged views on the increased reef restoration that destabilizes peace, stability, and maritime and aviation security and safety in the East Sea. The two leaders also exchanged views on cooperation orientations on culture, tourism, education and training, and science and technology. After the talks, the two presidents witnessed the signing of an action plan implementing the strategic partnership between Vietnam and Italy during the 2015 to 2016 period, and an agreement on administrative assistance and cooperation in the field of customs between Vietnam and Italy.
During his reception for Italian President Sergio Mattarella, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng highly values the president's visit, considering it a new development in bilateral relations. He said the Communist Party of Vietnam wants to boost cooperation with Italian political parties, which will lay foundation for developing ties in other fields. The Italian president expressed his wish to further boost multifaceted relations with Vietnam, making contributions to enhancing ties between ASEAN and the EU. has and guests exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual concern. They agreed that Vietnam and Italy would work closely at multilateral forums. On November 6, Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng met with the Italian president. He called for the two countries' greater efforts to raise bilateral trade to $5 billion by 2016. He said Vietnam expects more Italian businesses' investments in the country. President Sergio Mattarella said the visit to Vietnam is an important one and Italy highly values the strategic partnership with Vietnam. He said Italy considers Vietnam the leading and important partner in the region. He expressed his belief that relations between the two countries, particularly in economy, trade and investment, will be further boosted. He spoke highly of Vietnam's stance and its activities to maintain peace and stability in the region.
Also on November 6, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng held a reception for the Italian president, during which he said the Vietnamese legislature will create all possible conditions for the development of cooperation between the two countries in all fields. He voiced his hope that, with the agreements reached by high-level leaders, more achievements will be attained in bilateral ties in the coming time. President Sergio Mattarella called on both sides to further boost collaboration in culture, art, and tertiary education. The president said the agreements reached during his talks with President Trương Tấn Sang will create conditions for the two countries to implement future cooperation programs and projects. He noted Italy considers Vietnam its top partner and wants to expand relations with the country. Japanese Defense Minister Nakatani again is on a visit to Vietnam to boost cooperation. Our reporters bring you more details. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng hosted a reception for the Japanese minister in Hanoi on November 6. The Japanese minister said Japan attaches importance to relations with Vietnam. He expressed his wish that the two countries further increase political trust and boost bilateral ties, particularly in national defense. He said his ministry will work closely with the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense to implement the agreements between the two sides to help maintain peace and stability in the region and the world. The Vietnamese party leader expressed his belief that the visit by the Japanese defense minister will make practical contributions to enhancing relations between the two countries, helping deepen the strategic partnership. He urged the two countries to work more closely to promote the existing dialogue mechanisms and realize the agreements in national defense between the two countries.
The same day, the Japanese defense minister was received by Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng. The Prime Minister voiced his hope that Japan will strongly uphold its position in the region and the world in making contributions to maintaining peace, stability, maritime security and safety in the region. Minister Nakatani again said he will do his utmost to foster bilateral ties, saying he expects practical cooperation in security and defense between Japan and Vietnam. Regarding the East Sea issues, he affirmed Japan shared Vietnam and ASEAN's stance in ensuring peace, stability, maritime and aviation security, safety and freedom in the region.
The same day, Vietnam's Defense Minister Phùng Quang Thanh held talks with Japanese Defense Minister Nakatani again. The two sides agreed on increasing exchanges on high-ranking visits, boosting cooperation in training, effectively implementing the Memorandum of Understanding on Defense Cooperation in UN peacekeeping activities, and ensuring the freedom of maritime and aviation navigation. Minister Thanh and Minister Gan shared the viewpoint that all sides needed to observe international law, respect the sovereignty and interests of each country, refrain from complicating the situation, and resolve disputes through peaceful measures in line with international law. And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.